Costco is the land of bulk, but it doesn't have to be the land of bad health. There are tons of health-conscious options if you know what to look for, and the bargains are to die for. Quick snacks aren't an ideal health choice, but protein bars make a decent meal replacement for eaters on the go. You can keep them in a desk drawer for a busy workday or stash them in your gym bag for a quick pre- or post-workout nutrient boost. Kirkland protein bars come in a box of 20 for about $24. Granted, that's over $1 per snack, but you're paying for convenience with these, and buying protein bars individually from other stores will still cost even more. And they've got a decent nutritional profile to boot, with 21 grams of milk and whey protein, plus an array of essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. And each bar nets you 180 calories. For flavors, you have several options: whole boxes of chocolate chip cookie dough or chocolate peanut butter chunk, or 2 variety box options. One has 10 each of cookie dough and chocolate brownie, while the other has peanut butter and cookies and cream. They all cost the same, so if you tend to eat a lot of protein bars, it's a good way to mix and match your favorite flavors. If you're trying to stay away from simple carbs like pasta and white rice, quinoa might be right up your alley. Quinoa contains omega-3 fatty acids, which is considered to be a helpful element for maintaining heart and brain health. It's also gluten-free and makes a good alternative to wheat for anyone with celiac disease. A 4.5-pound package of Kirkland organic quinoa only costs about $11, which is a fantastic bargain on something that's been hyped so much that its price point is occasionally exorbitant. For example, a 1-pound bag will set you back just over $6 at Albertsons or Safeway, more than half the price for less than a quarter of the product. Understanding quinoa means recognizing its versatility in the kitchen. You can cook it up, like rice and water or broth, sure, but it has so many more possibilities. Toss in fresh vegetables and then dress with a bit of olive oil for a refreshing side salad. Serve it as a bed for strips of grilled chicken marinated in Italian dressing to bring out its Mediterranean magic. And if you're really adventurous, try toasting it and adding it to salads for a touch of crunch. As one of life's purest pleasures, peanut butter in its most natural form is a treat for people of any age. We're not talking about those decadent occasions when it's worked into a dessert pie or used to fill chocolate cups. With Kirkland's 2-pack of 28-ounce peanut butter for a smooth $13 or so, your kitchen can have a ready supply of rich protein. Better yet, its ingredient list is simple: organic peanuts and sea salt. You'd think that getting peanut butter made out of, peanuts would be a given, but a lot of peanut butters at the store are loaded up with extra sugar and vegetable oils.
Okay, it's fine.
As a source of protein and beneficial saturated fats, good peanut butter is a fantastic thing to add to your weekly meals. Whether you spread it on whole wheat toast, topped with fresh fruit for a wholesome breakfast, drop a dollop in your smoothies to add thickness and healthy fats, or slather it onto pancakes, you'll have enough of the stuff to last a long while. Extra virgin olive oil is sort of the sweetheart of the healthy fats family. Beyond its antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties, it's also a highly adaptable oil that can take on nutty and fruity flavors depending on how it's used. The problem? The good stuff is expensive. But Costco meets shoppers in the middle by offering a 2-liter bottle of cold extracted extra virgin olive oil for about $23. It's probably not the absolute best product on the market, but it's undeniably a good deal. A similar-sized bottle at Kroger costs about $27, and a 1.5-liter bottle at Walmart costs around $28. The cost for all three may be similar, but Costco's olive oil comes with a specific draw for the health-minded olive oil shopper. If you've heard about olive oils being diluted with unlabeled inferior oils, you can rest assured, because Kirkland's offering is certified by Bureau Veritas, an inspection and testing organization that confirmed the product contains 100% Italian-grown olives. So what do you do with 2 liters of heart-healthy oil? Anything you want, really. Mix it with vinegar for a light and flavorful drizzle for salads. It also works great as a base for Mediterranean chicken and roasted vegetables, and can even be shaken into popcorn to replace butter. Having so much on hand will inspire you to take your healthful eating to new heights. Who couldn't use a 2.5-pound bag of whole almonds in their life? That might sound like a joke, but we're completely serious. With good amounts of fiber, protein, and vitamin E, almonds provide an easy and delicious nutrition boost to your favorite snacks and meals. And for only about $11 for the Kirkland brand at Costco, you can let your wallet be the glutton for a change. For families with healthy habits, having a solid stock available lets everyone dig in. With a light dusting of sea salt, you can enjoy these almonds straight out of the bag. Alternatively, chop them up to include in other healthy recipes or blitz them in a food processor to make your own homemade nut butter. At the end of the day, though, the best way to use these is to give them a coarse chop and toss them in a salad to add protein and crunch. Whole oats are the great-great-grandfather of all healthy eating. Oats are particularly prized for their high fiber content, which can help stabilize blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Kirkland's 10-pound bag of rolled oats can be had for a cool $10 or so. A fantastic deal that gives you enough oats to make healthy breakfasts for a while. And if you use the recommended serving size of a cup, the price of this bag breaks down into nutritious and filling meals that only cost you around 20 cents per serving. You can't beat that. Of course, you can do a whole lot more with oats than just boiling them into a sludge. You can grind them into oat flour, turn them into crunchy homemade granola, or toss them into cookies or bars.
Hope you like oatmeal raisin.
My favorite.
And if you've never thought of using whole oats as a savory dish, prepare to have your mind blown. There are a ton of recipes out there that capitalize on the neutral flavor and hearty texture of oats for dinner table fare by incorporating umami seasonings, eggs, and vegetables. In addition to making almost everything taste warm and delicious, cinnamon is also a known health booster. While the $19.99 price tag on Kirkland Organic Saigon cinnamon does sound a bit high for a seasoning, you're actually getting 2 oversized 10.7-ounce bottles, which is enough to get a conservative user through the better part of a year at the least. Having so much on hand may inspire creative new ways to infuse your meals and snacks with cinnamon's soothing essence. And this version of cinnamon packs a bolder flavor than the typical cinnamon powders you'll usually run across in the spice aisle. Naturally, baking with it is a perfect way to use it. Topping your oatmeal with a dash of cinnamon is another easy way to work it into your diet. You can also add it to coffee and tea for a warm hit of spicy flavor. Hemp Hearts are the inner kernel of the hemp seed and can be used in most of the same ways you'd use sesame seeds or toasted nuts. Their health profile includes beneficial omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and they're a fantastic source of plant-based protein. Costco sells a 3-pack of 2-pound bags for about $55, which may sound steep, but if you're after the health boost, a little bit goes a long way. Think about using Hemp Hearts in your juices and smoothies to bring in healthy fats and extra protein. You can also sprinkle them over cereals or into bread recipes to give fruity flavor and crunchy texture while increasing the nutrition quotient. Once again, there are times in life when convenience is king. Being able to reach into the cupboard and grab a healthy snack for your kids can make a world of difference on a hectic day. And Kirkland's organic fruit and vegetable pouches are a pretty good choice for those times. You could do worse. A 24-pouch box costs about $15, which divides out to roughly 62 cents a snack. It's not a money saver's dream if you have a few hungry kids powering through several of these in a sitting, but it's not breaking the bank either. The variety pack contains 2 flavors, apple strawberry spinach and apple mango yellow carrot peach. The ingredients are all organic. They don't contain any added sugars, and the pouches are BPA-free. All in all, they're a solid choice for active kids. A lot of nutritionists consider blueberries to be one of the healthiest fruits on the planet. The antioxidant content can help with brain health, blood pressure, and recovery after exercise, and they don't taste bad either. And at $8 for a 3-pound bag, Kirkland Organic Frozen Blueberries may be the most convenient way to get more blueberries into your eating practices. You can use frozen blueberries almost exactly the same way you'd use them fresh. Thaw a cup or 2 and add as a cereal topper, or to toss into pancake batter. They're also a fantastic snack that requires no prep or peeling. Simply keep a cup or so in the fridge for whenever you want something light to munch on. And of course, they're awesome in smoothies. No thawing needed.
Say breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
There's been an uptick in interest in raw organic apple cider vinegar with the mother or the filamentous blobs of beneficial yeasts and bacteria. There's also been an uptick in sticker shock. For some reason, this stuff can be pricey. Fortunately, Costco has a pretty good deal on it. They offer a 1-gallon jug usually priced at $27.99, which is a steal compared to a lot of other places. Okay, so what the heck do you do with it? Well, for starters, it makes a good oil and vinegar salad dressing base, especially if you also picked up some of that extra virgin olive oil from Costco. You can also incorporate it into baked goods to add a little zing and lighten up the batter. But the uses don't stop there. Mix it with applesauce and a little Dijon mustard and spices for a deliciously fruity pork chop glaze. Or stir in some maple syrup in a bowl and use the mixture to baste a pork roast. Mix some with milk for a quick and dirty buttermilk and brine a turkey in it. Really, any recipe that calls for white vinegar won't be hurt by subbing in organic ACV. That means coleslaw, pickles, homemade barbecue sauce, and a deglazing liquid for any type of sautéing, just to name a few. Nutritionists and physicians herald turmeric for its anti-inflammatory properties, enough to turn it into capsules to be used as a supplement. But you can add it to your spice rack without spending a fortune. At about $20 for two 12-ounce bottles of Kirkland turmeric, you'll have plenty to experiment with as you discover how best to use turmeric in your culinary creations. Even if you've heard of turmeric, you may not understand how it can be best utilized. The earthy, mustard-like flavor fits easily into spice-based recipes for meats and vegetables, dressings and sauces, and as a shake-on topping for jazzing up popcorn with a little spray of olive oil to help it adhere to the kernels. Some turmeric devotees even incorporate it into hot chocolate, which is better than it sounds. With a name like Ancient Grains Granola, the implication is that this stuff is healthier for you than something made with regular, old, modern grains, which is more or less true. It uses Coruscant wheat, which has more protein than typical red or white wheat, and is normally grown organically. It also has probiotic qualities which benefit gut health. Kirkland's Ancient Grains Granola also incorporates spelt, which is really just another type of wheat, along with quinoa and amaranth. And they're all organic, which is a nice bonus. Granola shines as a standalone breakfast cereal, but it's also an excellent addition to yogurt to give texture and added nutrients. It's also delicious sprinkled over fresh fruit. No matter how you use it, organic granola is a great kickstart for a busy day. And Kirkland's Ancient Grains version is a good bargain at about $10 for a little over 2 pounds.